Bum, bum, bum. Guess who forgot to load up their theme tune and so just had to do that. Anyway, hello and welcome to my attempt at playing Kill Team versus Chat. For those of you who don't know what Kill Team is, we're basically going to be playing Warhammer, but at a smaller scale. It's squad based, individual guys, and versus each other. If you've seen me do tabs versus chat, that's how we're doing it. We're going to see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll just do creepypasta. Do I have my slides done for tomorrow? I do. Yeah. And if anyone here is live and you're more interested in Homestuck stuff, I'm doing a panel on Homestuck tomorrow at about this time. So yeah, show up for that, and then I'll be doing a live Q&A via VR chat from SawCon, the Stuck at Home convention. It's SAH, not W, because Stuck at Home convention. There you go. Where at? I'll be announcing that. Just go ahead and load up VR chat. It's gonna be announced afterwards. That way I can. The stream will be here on this channel. The VR thing or the VR chat thing will be on VR chat, and I'll announce the server then. But yeah, anyway, let's do some kill team. So you guys said you wanted to be orcs, so I made an orc kill team. And basically here's how it works. We're gonna be playing a mission that I sort of kind of set up. Basically the idea of this mission is that a planet has been overrun by orcs and no one knows what's going on the ground, but there are a handful of Astra Militarum guys that are gonna be trying to sneak past the orc lines in order to give mission command a understanding of where the orc base is, so that way it can be shot from orbit. So in order to stop me from winning, you're going to have to stop as many of my dudes sneaking across the battlefield here. We got a sergeant. We got a guardsman with just a las gun. We got a guy with a plasma gun. We got a couple, a Bulgrin and an Ogrin. The Ogrin's got a gun. The Bulgrin's got a big-ass shield and club. And then this lady over here's got a sniper rifle. And this is where I start. I start in this area. I went ahead and deployed. In Kill Team, traditionally, you would take turns deploying. Like, one person deploys a model, then the other person deploys a model, and so on and so forth. Thank you. But for the brevity of time, and also to give you guys an advantage, since a majority of y'all have not played this game before or don't know what we're doing, I figured I'd just full deploy my army, and then we'd full deploy yours. So let's start with that. Let's look over what your army is. So we've got a boss Meganob as your leader. So as long as he's on the field, you'll be getting 1 command point per turn. He's pretty slow because he's wearing heavy-ass armor, but the heavy armor makes it so that way he doesn't die easily. He has really good armor, and he's just a blender. He will absolutely punch through any armor that any of the opposing guys has, but he has no gun. He's just got 2 chainsaws for hands. Like, he does have a grenade launcher. Like, it's more of like a grenade tosser. Is this Warhammer on tabletop sim? Yeah. Ugh. So one of the most important things about Kill Team is unlike regular Warhammer, where you'd have a squad of like 10 Meganobs, in addition to 90 boys and all that, you have one. You have one guy that is a Meganob, and we get to know things about him. What do command points do? We're probably not going to be messing around with them too much, but they allow you to do a bunch of stuff. For instance, if you guys want to re-roll a dice, you can re-roll 1 dice with a command point. You spend a command point, and it allows you to re-roll a dice. Otherwise, we're probably not gonna be bothering with it. He's definitely a lead from the front kind of lad. So we need a good name for him. What is his name? I don't know what the other stratagems are, I'll be honest. Chunka, Penis Destroyer. Granny Smasher. Jerry. Chumcugger. That sounds like a slur. Chunka it is. Chunka the boss Meganob. Then we got Aluda. Aluda is a guy who, he's like an orc boy who has decided that rather than getting into melee, he's gonna just like pile on as many guns onto himself as possible. And so no individual death gun, which is orc for death gun, is the same. But generally, it should have been mounted onto a tank rather than a infantry model. And it's just an insane amount of firepower. He has a special trait because he's a specialist. He's got the relentless trait, so that way he doesn't take the normal penalty for moving with his gun. But normally, it's so big that he would just miss all of the time. His gun is most effective against heavy armor. Or like light armor. Like you could probably kill a light transport or a tank with this guy. He's ridiculous. This gun will destroy. It will just melt regular guardsmen. It is ridiculous and you don't need it really, but treat him as like an orc sniper. And then he's got a little buddy whose job it is to reroll one of his shots for when he misses. And he's basically not good at anything else because he's just a little fella who really doesn't want to be here and is kind of afraid of everything. So, what do you want to call him? Let's start with the Luda. I honestly don't know what the, if I've balanced this right or not. Gorb, Boone, Mike, Rat. Gorb is a good name. Soup and Spoon. Soup. I like Soup and Spoon. Spoon. So yeah, this guy's job is literally just to help one model reroll one of their shots once per turn. Which isn't incredible, but he exists. So there's that. Let me get rid of that alarm. Then we got a commando here. He is a sneaky fella. His main thing he's got is that he gets an extra attack. So he's really good in hand-to-hand. Slightly better than a regular boy. And he is a sneaky git, which means that people trying to shoot him have a worse time hitting him than regular. Otherwise, he's basically just a regular guy, just a regular boy, but he's a sneaky boy, so he needs a good sneaky name. I made him purple. Ugh, my nose started running immediately as it started streaming, of course. Kevin it is. Kevin the sneaky git. Then we got 4 boys here. These are your like basic shock infantry. They do not have a whole lot of subtlety to them. Generally speaking, with orcs, their guns are irrelevant. It's gonna be most of the time you're gonna miss with the pistols, but what they lack in shooting, they make up for in hand to hand. Your boys specifically are gonna be Goths, which means that every time you roll a 6 to hit, it generates another roll. So, what do we name these 4 lads? Da boys. Goff, as in Goff. But yes, that they're definitely going for Goth. Yeah. And if you want to see the big titty Goth boyfriend, let's go and spawn him in. This is the leader of the Goths, Gazgul Mag Orc Thraka. He's like the biggest, baddest orc that there's ever been. He's not here for playing today, but he's the big titty Goth boyfriend. He'd be a little bit much for this game. I think he could probably kill all of the guardsmen in like 1 round. So what are we going to call these 4 lads? Hey, Meaty. Welcome. Thank you for the 49 months of support. Losing your fucking mind? The goons? No, you can call them individual things. You don't have to call... They move individually. They have their own personalities and traits. I mean, their traits are exactly the same because they're the same model. But, like, you know, what do you want? We can call them whatever you guys want. Smash Killers and John. All right, we'll call this one John. Feet. Smeet. That's going to get really annoying. Goon. Zoo Smell. John. And John. John the Orc. All right. So now, we're going to have to decide where we're going to put these lads. Now, the overall objective for me is to get as many of my models over here as possible. I have to walk them off your side of the table, which is, you know, this area right here, right? I'm going to have to run past you without getting shot. For every model that I get off the table within 4 turns, I get 1 point. For every model that you stop from getting off the table, you guys get 1 point. You can either stop them by just preventing me from having enough time to get there within the 4-ish turns that I've got. It's randomly decided whether or not it goes longer or not. And you can either kill them or you can just stop me from getting there. Either way, you just got to play defense. Figured it would be a nice, straightforward mission. Just kill my dudes and don't let them pass. So let's start with start with Chunka. So I'm gonna start. Is the terrain breakable? No. So now clickable map should be available. You could put him anywhere in this purple box. You can also see that this little area right here, you can put guys in there. So you can click anywhere on the screen in order to tell me where to place him. That should be working. Wait a minute. No, it's not. I've set up the wrong screen region. All right, we're going to have to make this work. We're going to have to make this work. Give me half a second. I screwed up. I still have the screen region for tomorrow set up, and it just happens to capture this entire screen. Give me a second. I'll fix it. I was like, yeah, just do the thing, guys. And then I didn't set it up right. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Window capture. All right, my extensions. Is there a way to do this without having to overlay? Set as an overlay. Okay, done. Settings. Okay. OBS instructions, copy paste this in. Okay. I'm an idiot. That's the problem. Give me a second. Boop. I like how I set this up. Like, I was ready to go, and then I'm super not ready to go. Browser? This. Okay. Okay. You just added a browser source. Set the URL that you would like to display. Nope, that's the one I want to display, man. How does this work again? Okay, maybe it's this link that I need to put in there. Sorry, thought I had this all set up. I didn't. URL this. Okay. Okay. Is this gonna work? No. No, it's not. Why? OBS instructions here. I don't care about any of that. Windows, no. If I have to, I'll switch screen regions to the right one. I don't think I had this set, but I think it set it anyway. Oh, here we go. 280 by 720. There we go. All right. Now let's give this another go. All right. There we go. All right, let me see if I got it. Flamadus, thank you for the 46 months of support. It's totally fine, Flamadus. Like, dude, don't break the bank for my say. Like, just take care of yourself, dude. Someone try clicking on the screen now. See if I did this right. Okay. Looks like it's clicking now. But is that actually showing up on screen? No. Oh? Oh, maybe? Okay. We're getting somewhere. Alright, so this is where we wanted to place this guy. I'm gonna go with there. That seems like a fairly popular spot. There's this or these tires here that might get in the way, but I think that should work. So I'm gonna stop it, close it, restart it, and then we're gonna get the next guy. So where do you want to put Soup, the Luda? And why don't we just go and put Spoon with him? You generally want to have as good of a line of sight on the rest of the board as possible with him. What good is cover if he's melee? Well, Soup is not melee at all. Soup is gun. Can Soup and Spoon go on top of the building? They can, if you'd like. Okay, it's starting to go back some. Maybe over here. Maybe over here. It's kind of hard to tell. Here? Like here-ish. I can't... we might have to, like... Let's get more granular with that. Let's stop and clear it. Alright. Where do you want him? Shouldn't we be Tyranids? People said they wanted to be orcs. Okay, so up on top of the building. We'll see if this works or not. This may or may not work. Alright, close. Restart. And the next guy you want to put is Kevin the Commando. His job is basically going to be to take out stragglers and sneak out behind people. I wouldn't recommend putting any of your boys into the Ogren or Bolgren. You have to place him on the field somewhere. You can't place him off the field. He has to start on the field. You can't put him over there. He's got to be somewhere in here. Okay. This is the only valid choice that's been picked so far. Alright. Then we got several boys here. I'll put them in a line here, and that way we can pick them up and move them quickly. You can't deep strike in this. In Kill Team, you cannot deep strike. All right, where are we putting feet? He can take on Guardsmen. He's going to have a hard time with the Bolgren and Ogren. It's pretty much going to be on Soup and Spoon and Chunka to take on the Bolgren or Ogren. Everyone else can probably take everyone else. Okay. Yeah, feet. All right. Well, Kill Team is what GW does to get you started. It's one of those things like when a drug dealer is like, hey, first hit's free. It's that, but instead GW is like, first hit will cost you like $50 or $30, but you know, you'll enjoy it and you'll still keep playing. So this is where Goon is going. Okay, you can't put him there. You can put him here, though. Full army is not $2,000 at all, no. You can't forward deploy him. He has to be in the purple box. All right, let's try the next one. Where is Zoo Smell going? Looks like we have a good percentage right there. And then let's just put John up here because it seems like in the last couple, people wanted to put one up here. All right. So it's been a while since I played Kill Team, so you're going to have to excuse me if I get any of these rules wrong. But unlike regular 40K, we don't like activate, like it's not like one person moves all their models, does the shooting and the charging and the fighting. It's one person moves a model, then the other person moves a model. And it keeps going like that until, the phase is done. So, first off, we need to roll to see who's got initiative. Normally, you roll 2d6 rather than 1, but the black dice will represent y'all, and the blue dice will represent me. It's like more mini 40K. Exactly. It's a little bit different. It's sort of like XCOM. It's basically XCOM, the board game. Even though XCOM, the board game, exists. So whoever rolls higher gets to move one of their models first this round. Okay, so you guys rolled higher, so that means that you get to pick a model that you want to move first. And then it goes back and forth until we're all done doing that. So let me go ahead and move the gates. Where's the... Your move? Where is it? This is lightly based on terror tactics. Just figured it would be easier to not. All right, so first up, we need to figure out who we want to pick to move. Who do you guys want to move? Kevin, Chunka, Goon, Zoo Smell, Feet or John, Soup or Spoon. Now, what's important to note about this is that you don't have to move guys. You have basically 3 options. You can set like readier guy, which means that he will be better at shooting. He'll be able to be chosen to shoot first before anyone else. Or you can move them, or you can advance them. If you advance them, they move further, but lose the ability to shoot and charge for the rest of the turn. Let's try and flank with Feet. Who's Chunka? Chunka is this lad. You want to be moving Chunka straight in with the charge? All right. So that is 4 inches in any direction. So I'm gonna... So you can move Chunka anywhere in this 4-inch bubble. The enemy models are over here-ish. Unless if you want to advance, which means you won't be able to shoot and charge. To charge, you move 2d6 later on in the turn. And then get into combat. This is... Do I have to, like, zoom in super far? Like, is it, like, having issues picking up where you guys are clicking? Alright. You guys want to move over here. Or back here? Do you guys want to move forward or backward? Okay. Why does it say it's much further than 4 inches? Both, please? Well, half of you guys are saying to reset the selections. Okay, let's do that real quick. There we go. Try now. This is going to be very much like, does this even work? So you move him anywhere in this 4-inch circle. Can I move the camera 90 degrees? Like so? I mean, I guess it was like this originally. Let's keep it, Alright. Let's do this, then. So 4 inches this way puts him here. Up on top of the tires, which I believe is going to be the full extent of his move. So he's moved. So we just put a little move token next to him, so that way we know that we've done that. I'm going to go ahead and move my Bulgrin Bob. He's going to move his 6 inches to here. Fucking there. I'm going to be a little bit sloppy about movements. Just for the brevity of time. And then he moved. Is that the High Lord of Terror? It is not. I know a lot of people said feet. They wanted to move feet next. Feet is slightly faster than Chunka here because he's not wearing heavy as heck armor. So he can move a lot further. Maybe I position it like this. Does this help? Is there a way to get rid of the window stuff? Let me do that real quick. I'm going to reset the thing. Who named these? Chat did. That's why they're all named weird things. I'm sorry. I'm going to get rid of the interface stuff real quick. Okay. That should make it a little easier. Move feet, generally speaking, this direction. Okay, now he's moved. Let's see. Can she see anyone? No, she's like ducking, so she won't be able to see anyone for a while. She's gonna move 5 to here. Now she moved. She's got a heavy weapon. And she doesn't have the specialism that y'all have. So she's going to screw up her aim by doing that. All right. Who do you guys want to move now? We've got Kevin, John, Soup, Goon, and Zoosmell. I'm just going to go first come, first serve in chat who y'all want to move. How does this work? Y'all click on screen to decide what you want to do. Soup? What do you want to do with Soup? Who's the guy next to Feet? That is John. Looks like you guys are trying to indicate that you want to move Zoosmell here. What do you want to do with Zoosmell? Let's go ahead and clear this out. And then where do you want Zoosmell to move? Let's go ahead. Boop, 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 boop. He's got a 5-inch move as well. Is this 5 inches? Okay, for some reason it's saying like that is way more than 5 inches. So this is probably 5 inches? Give or take? Okay. Who hasn't moved in a while? We've just started, so not a lot of people have moved. So, generally speaking, this away? Just forward? This is probably... So, just give me the straight up. Is the Click Smart not, like... Does it not have enough granularity in order for y'all to be able to pick out individual spots, really? I'm going to, let's see, probably move, let's go and advance McBride. Yeah, we're going to advance him. So to advance, you just roll, boop. Since I don't really care about killing you guys, I just want to get out of here. I'm just going to have McBride make a break for it. So he moves regularly 6, I rolled a 2, he moves an extra 2 inches. I wonder if it's configurable. I do not know. I probably need to get different angles for y'all in general. So he advanced, so he will not be able to shoot because he does not have an assault weapon. Assault weapons are usually like SMGs and such. All right. There was debate on whether or not to move Goon or John next. Let's figure out who you guys want to do. Get his ass. Have John follow feet. Who's the guy in the left building? That's Kevin. Kevin's faster than regular orcs. He's got a 6-inch move rather than a 5-inch move. All right. It looks like a majority of people want to move Goon now. All right, so where do we want to move Goon? He has a 5-inch move as well. It's about 5 inches. Let me get real close down into it. Let me do like, will this help? This angle better? Like, I think one thing you guys could do as well is click wide. So if you want him to go this way, for example, like over here, click all the way up here. And then it'll like try and push it up this way, and I'll know that is what you mean. So like overcorrect where you want to click, you know? Yeah, you can only move this far, but like click even further than you really want to go. And that might help with some of the granularity. So a majority of you guys are saying this away, so we're going to move 5 this away. All right, and then it was kind of no contest. Kevin wasn't in the running, so we're just going to move John next. Oh, wait, I need to move one of my guys. Let's see. I think Wilhelm is going to just chill. He's going to ready. Which means that all of the readied guys get to go first, starting with whoever has the initiative. Y'all have the initiative. And then everyone who's not ready gets to go. So he's just saying, I'm going to stay put and aim real good. He's got a pretty short-range plasma gun that will evaporate pretty much anything he can shoot with it. But he's bad at shooting. And everyone is actually outside of his range. There's no point in doing that. Let me go ahead and move him instead. He's going to go ahead and move 5 to there. And just get behind some cover. He's got a... Well, the plasma gun has 2 functions. I'm going to use the more fun function all game because I'm an orc player at heart. He's going to overcharge his gun every single shot, which means that if he rolls a 1 and doesn't re-roll it with Cadia, because they're Cadians. Can we see Soup and Spoon's range? Sure. Spoon doesn't have a gun, but Soup's range is 48, which is pretty much the board. You get -1 to hit, though, if you're trying to shoot over half range. So, at 20, what is half of 48? 24 inches, you get, essentially, you'll be hitting on, 6s instead of 5s. You can shoot pretty much anywhere you can see. People will get bonuses to their save if they are super far away. So you could probably take a shot at the sergeant or this guy that tried to run around pretty easily here. I'm sorry, you guys were clicking on stuff and I don't know what about. Let's go ahead and reset it, and then let's move. Do you guys want to ready Soup or do you want to move Soup? If you move Soup, I wouldn't recommend moving him very far because I think you guys are going to have angle on most of these guys for the rest of the game. Ready Soup? Sure. You ready the Soup? Sergeant Abbott is going to go ahead and... He's going to advance too. You know what? He's just going to advance. And this guy didn't advance. He just moved. Because there's not a lot of room over here. He's going to go and advance just because I'm trying to get out of here. I roll a 5 on his advance. The sergeant does not want to be here. So he's going to be moving like 11 to Let's move him behind this cover here. We'll just put him behind that wall. So he won't be able to shoot this turn, but he only has a pistol. He's also got a chain sword, which is sort of like what you guys have on your boys, except for they're weak little humans who can't do shit. We can move Goon, John, or Kevin. You guys previously wanted to move John. So let's see what your 5 inches of movement will get you. I guess I need a measure. I don't know why the measurement's so weird on this map. It's really bizarre. All right, so click super wide of where you want to go. Have John follow feet. You guys cool with John following feet? Feet is over here. Put him next to feet. All right, he's going to go ahead and move his 5 inches over here to feet. And then John feet forevers. Let's see. I'm running out of dudes to move. We'll move this Ogren. His, I guess, what even is the range of his gun? The range of his gun is 12. Oh God, he's not gonna see shit for half the game. Why did I put him so far back? He's advancing. 1. Good job. Good job. So he's gonna move 7 then. To here. Good job. These are the guys, if you watch me play Necromunda, these are the big jumpy lads. Alright, so you guys still have a couple of models to move. We can either move Goon or Kevin. Is there going to be a prediction when it's going to be the next March on the Mice episode? The next March on the Mice episode is always going to be the last Thursday of every month. So the last Thursday of this month will be the 25th. Where is Kevin? Kevin is right here. He's invisible because he's a sneaky git. I'm going to go ahead and clear the thing again. Did you end up watching it? Goon or Kevin? This is so cool. I'm glad you like it. I'm not sure if it works or not, but I just wanted to try it out. First person in chat said Kevin, let's move Kevin. So Kevin gets to move further than usual, guys, because he's kind of a weirdo as far as orcs are concerned. He likes to do things like tactics and sneaking, which is incredibly bizarre for orcs. He has cover. Yeah, I don't think that many people are going to be able to shoot this first round. There's a lot of cover on this map. I think Soup is probably one of the only people who's going to be able to shoot. He likes to do taxes. Sure. So click wide of where you want to go. If you want him to go left, click more over here. Like, click exactly here if you want him to just move here. And that should make it a little easier for me to figure out what you guys want. And then if you want him to go kind of over here-ish, like forward and left. Okay. So it looks like over here, then. Probably lose a little bit going around, but it's fine, whatever. Something like that. All right. And then last guy that you guys need to move is going to be Goon here. Is there cover over there? I think the only person who's going to be able to shoot this first round is going to be either this Ogren Bill, but he only has a 12-inch range, so he's not going to be able to shoot anything. The only other person shooting is going to be Private Burke, who has a sniper rifle. She's got 36-inch range. So where Kevin was previously was a little bit dangerous. I don't think she's going to be able to do much. She might be able to take a couple plink shots at feet, but probably going to have a hard time. But Kevin is currently safe from getting shot this turn. So let's zoom in on Goon here. And where do you want him to move? I think you're going to be safe no matter where you move. You can also advance, guys. I don't think anyone's getting into combat this turn. Maybe Feet does. Forward with Chunka. Okay, so this away. All right. All right, so we're done moving now. So if we had any psychers, we would use their spells now, but they don't have any spells. So they're not going to use any. So starting then, we move on to the shooting phase. So starting with whoever has initiative, we start with whoever's got ready models. So you guys have a ready model. You have Soup readied. Currently visible targets are going to be this guy over here, Bob, Bill, McBride, Abbott, and can any part of this guy see any part of her? I don't think so. So you basically can choose any of those guys over there to shoot if you'd like. You can see this guy's club, so you can shoot him. Kill Bill. All right. I want that Bill obliterated. So Soup did not move. And he's readied. So he's got D3 shots. So the way you roll D3 is 1 and 2 is 1, 2 and 3 is 2, and 3 and 1 and 2 is 1, 2 or 4 and 5, 3 and 4 is 2, and 5 and 6 is 3. I'll just roll it. You want high roll here. Okay, a 4, so that's 2. So that means you get 2 shots. Bill or Soup here is taking a minus to his shot because there is cover in the way, and also he's far away. But orcs have a special rule where they don't give a shit. Most armies get multiple minuses at this point, but orcs don't. They can only get as bad as 6. So hitting on 6s, so we want to roll a 6. And then Soup, I believe that was his name. No, Spoon allows you to reroll 1 die, so we'll reroll 1. And somehow you manage to roll 2 6s. Orcs is a special rule, get extra shots on 6s. So those don't connect, but that's okay. So you got 2 hits here. Now, comparing their stats, Bill has toughness of 7. Or toughness of 5. The Def Gun has a strength of 7. So that means that all you got to do is roll a 3 or better. And that's 2 successes. So, Soup's gun is AP -1. Bill is wearing a 5-up save. So I believe is light cover a thing in this? I believe it is. How does light cover work in this? Does it work in this? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just minuses to hit. Damn. All right. So then he's got a 5-up save. I need to roll a 6 or better because you subtract 1 from my die roll. So in order to equal a 5, I would need to roll 1 better than 5. So he needs to roll 2 6s here, probably. Okay, I roll 1 6, so I save 1, but the other one goes through. And the damage of the Luda's gun is 2, so he does 2 damage to Bill. Bill only has 3 wounds, so he goes down to 1 wound. You almost deleted one of the best units in my army in 1 shot. Cool. Now, I believe it goes to whoever has the initiative but not readied. So you guys get to pick again. I don't believe that you have anyone else in range to shoot. Yeah, no one else is in range to shoot, so I'm going to just hard say that you guys don't have anyone within 12 inches. Yeah, that appears to be the case. So no one else is getting shot from my side of the board. This guy just moved. He's got a 24-inch range gun. He does have enough range to be able to shoot that guy, so he will go ahead and try and shoot him. He's going to overcharge his gun. He is going to be taking 2 minuses to hit, so he will only be hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s. He's outside of rapid fire range, so he's getting 1 shot, hitting on 6s, because he's far away, and also because you have cover. It hits. The strength of the gun is 8, which is more than double your toughness. Your toughness 4. He's strength 8. So on a 2 or better. So it wounds. You have no armor save, so it goes straight to wound. It does 2 damage. You only have 1. I'm going to have to look up how wounding works in this. Because I don't believe it kills him outright. My tiny baby brain can't comprehend anything. He just got shot with a big-ass gun. I'm probably fucking up a lot of these rules. Let me just tell you that. Injury roll. When a model's wounds is reduced to 0, the controlling player, and otherwise stated, inflicts damage, makes an injury roll. To make an injury roll, you roll a d6 and apply the modifiers. So you add 1. And on a 3 or less, you have no flesh wounds. So just on a 1 through 3, he's fine. Okay, so he is vaporized. So John goes down almost immediately. The romance between John and Feet is over. Completely misted. Bill has no one in range, so he's not shooting. McBride advanced, so he can't shoot. Burke has a sniper rifle, and so he's gonna, or she is gonna take a shot at Chunka. Oh god, what the fuck? No way that's that far. Okay, 37? Is that real? Yeah, I guess so. Can I see anyone? She cannot see anyone, so she's not shooting. So that is that. We can do charges now. To do a charge, you have to declare on someone. Is it like, I believe you get to move regardless of how it goes. So charge phase. What is this? Psychic. Who can Chunka kill? Chunka has no real ranged weapons. He has a grenade that he can sort of toss. But that's about it. Okay. Is there not a charge phase? Is it just like you roll to charge? Is that part of the movement phase in this? Oh, charging is part of the movement phase. What the fuck? Okay. Alright. I did not realize that. Huh. Okay, then. So I believe that's it. So, morale, then. Morale. Check and see if your kill team is broken. If all the members have either flesh wounds, are shaken, or out of action, is broken. Otherwise, if more than half of them are currently with shaken, or okay, so nothing bad yet. Okay, cool. So then that's the phase. That's the turn. We clean up all these chips now. I think there's some order stuff that I can do as well, but I'm not sure when I do that. Let me check. Be thinking about who you want to move. But that's basically one phase of it. It is in the movement phase for some reason. And then the orders to command when I do this. Once per battle round. When do I do this? At the start of the shooting phase. Okay, cool. We'll do that. Yeah, I believe the Ogren is, let's see. So an Ogren costs 26 out of the 100 points that each of these armies have. John is worth 6. So we're just moving on to turn 2. So we roll 2 dice again. And whoever rolls higher gets the initiative. You guys have the black dice. Okay, so I guess I have the initiative this turn. So that means that I get to move one of my models first, then you guys. Bob? Do I have to be within 12 in order to charge whoever has the rule book? Or is it not like 40k? Can I just like charge regardless of whether or not it'll actually go anywhere? Because either Bob is going to advance or he's going to charge, depending. I guess I can be looking it up as well. I apologize for getting these rules wrong. Within 12, so I can't do that yet. Bob is going to advance because there's no way in hell he's going to be able to charge this turn. And the only thing he's good at is fighting. So he's going to move his regular 6 plus another 5. So he's going to be moving 11 to here. Next to this glorious Space Marine statue. And then he's advanced. He just wants to get up ins. All right. Who do you guys want to move first? And do you guys have any desire to do anything with Soup aside from ready him? I kind of skipped doing anything with Spoon because there's no real point in doing anything with Spoon. If you move Soup, I'll give you an option to move move him elsewhere. Okay. Soup will just ready. Feet must avenge John. Okay. Let's do that real quick. So you could do a charge. In order to charge, you would need to roll whatever this distance is and end up within an inch of this guy. I'm playing a little bit sloppy just because it's more fun if I do. So to end up within an inch of him, you will have to go around the wall, which means that you would need to get like here. And where is that relative to you? It's 10 inches away. I'm new to Twitch. How do you use it? You'll be clicking on the screen in order to do things. You'll need to roll pretty hot in order to do this. All I've got is the core rules from the core manual as well. That's all I've got. So it'd be a 2d6 roll here. And you'd need to roll at least a 10 in order to make combat this turn. If you fail to roll 10, then you just move that many inches. Do we get to shoot him? I don't know. Do you get to shoot if you charge? Wait, why wouldn't you charge all of this? So you can't shoot if you charge. But his pistol is kind of shit. If you attempt to charge. So it'd be a pretty long charge. I believe Soup has angle on this guy right now. And you probably do want to start filling with lead. He does have a 4-up save, but it does go to a 2-up with his shield. Yeah, I'm sorry. You just click things on the screen is not very helpful. But, he's got just a regular, slugga. It's not a very good gun, but chances are you're not making this charge. If I'm going to give you some advice, most of the time on 2 dice, you're going to roll a 7. Though average dice never happen. Do you guys just want to try and go into combat, or do you want to try and take some plinking shots? The advantage of getting the charge off is that you get to attack first. I don't think that feat wins this fight. I'll be honest with you. He has 3 attacks. This guy has 4 attacks, and they're much better. Move to visible. Sticknade. Sticknade is honestly probably a decent choice. He'll die if he charges. Probably true. This guy will probably fail his charge if he tries to do it next turn. So maybe just like go for a shot. Back feet up and then shoot at him. All right, how about this? I'm going to see. So now the click map should be up again. Go ahead and click where you want to go on the screen. Or you could ready. If you guys want to ready, just, I don't know. Are we doing core rules? We're just doing core rules. All I've got is the core rule book. I've got some elites in, just because I didn't bother to check and see. I just used Battlescribe to make the list. Just ready him? Okay. Okay. So then I get to pick someone. Bill is going to move, and he's going to move. You know what? No, he's just going to continue to advance up the board and try and draw fire. He's scary if he can get somewhere, but he won't be able to get anywhere. So he's just going to run up 4 plus his regular movement of, what does he move, 6? So he's moving 10 then. Moving 10 to here. Okay, so that's pretty good. He got up the board pretty far. Not good enough that he's going to be able to probably shoot his gun again, but he might be able to take some pot shots if this guy gets within range. He's going to be taking a penalty because he advanced, but he does have an assault weapon. It's like an SMG that he's carrying. So let's clear this off. Who do you guys want to move now? Do you want to move Kevin? Chunka? Zoosmell? Goon. Soup. Should I just ready Soup and then move on to the next guy? Chunka? Okay. He's not going to be within range to charge anyone. You can maybe advance. Readying would be a decent choice with Soup, just that way you can get the drop on me. Chunka? All right. They're auto shotguns with grenade-side shells. There you go. I don't know much about Ogrins, I'll be honest. Move him up a bit? All right, let's see what you guys want to do with him. Let's go and clear off that thing and then go and make this. So you guys could advance as well if you wanted, and that would move you even further. I don't think there's a chance that you can get... No one's going to get within charging range of him this turn. If you get the initiative next turn, you could get the drop on Bill or someone else and get a good charge in. I think the chances of you guys killing someone like Bill or Bob is going to be pretty much on Soup and Chunka. How many command points do orcs have? We're not really using them. They'll have 5 at this point, I think, because you start off with 3. Is that right? Let's move this guy 4 to here. Do you want to advance as well to get a little bit further? Or do you want to just chill with 4-inch move? That's 5 Dakadakas. We could use Dakadaka on Soup every turn if y'all want. We can advance. I want to advance so I can pincer Bill between Kevin and Chunka, but it's up to chat. He's not going to be able to shoot anything this turn anyway. The range of his gun is 6 inches. But getting up the field would be good. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively ready soup there. Where's the ready token? I know I've got one. I don't know where it went. Ah, here it is. If soup dies, just use just a flesh wound for 2. Okay. We'll let Dingus or Dingus Dong do the CP expenditure. And I just won't use CP except for rerolls. You guys roll a 1 on the advance. Do you guys want to reroll that for 1 CP out of your 5? I guess you have now. Because Chungus is still, or Chunka is still on the board. You get 1 more every turn. I don't know what my stratagems are. I'm just not going to bother with them because I don't want to figure that out. Regardless, he'll move at least 1 inch this direction towards where you guys were saying. I'll try and figure out where I'm going with my move next. To be fair, we don't have stratagems either. I mean, yeah, y'all could look them up, but it's... I don't know how we could honestly do stratagems in any sort of way that would make any sense for y'all and for me. It's basically like special abilities that you can activate for spending your command points. This guy might be good here, actually, just chilling. So I think I might ready him in response to y'all readying. Why ready when we have strategy? He's got the book. There you go. Why don't we move on to the next guy? So I went ahead and readied them. We readied Soup. We advanced him. It's your turn to pick again. Who do you want to move? We got Zeusmel, Goon, and Kevin. Let's go ahead and clear this up so that way you guys can pick again. Kevin. All right, Kevin. Let's move Kevin. All right, so Kevin currently, if he rounds this corner, might be able to get shot by the sniper. Though the sniper's range is kind of bad. Bill is in an approximate area to him, but not close enough where you could get a charge off. If you get to here, you could maybe take a couple pot shots at him. The chances of you hitting are pretty low, but you could go for it. He's got a 6-inch move. Yeah, I think only using command point rerolls is going to be the trick. Just because they're already having enough trouble figuring out what's going on with the rest of the stuff. I'm doing all the work on, like, how the combat works. But, you guys should be able to pick where you want to move now. The problem right now is if you move out to try and get a good range on Bill, you will probably be able to be shot from the other direction, depending on how tall this thing is here. I may not be able to see because of this big old thing here. I'm pretty lost right now. The combat basically works with a... Okay, so let's look at Kevin's stats. He's got a 5+ ballistic skill. So that means that on a 5 or better, assuming that there's not a whole bunch of penalties, you hit on 5s or better, right? So he's got 1 shot with his pistol, so on a 5 or better, he would hit with that 1 dice, right? I told you he was in range. I think if I move him over this way a bit, he can be in range. Move Kevin up to the corner of the wall, but not in range. Well, this guy... Oh, yeah, I guess you could get shot by this guy's gun. And that would be pretty bad, too. And this guy's gun is pretty good. Shit. Well, this is saying 6 inches to here, but the aura is doing like a 3-inch circle. So it's like doubled in the movement. So do you want to back him up a bit so that way you can maybe go for a charge next turn or something? Well, I mean, you're not going to be able to get a charge next turn if you're not within 12 this turn. You're going to have an awkward... Well, okay. So this guy is going to have a really hard time shooting because he's going to be taking -2 to hit. So he's going to be hitting on 6s with 3 shots. So he has a... like, maybe 1 will go through. What's a March of the Mouse option? That is for something we're not doing today. But that is a Twitch Plays D&D style game that I'm doing every month. It's currently not available because you guys, because we're not doing it right now. But when it is available, you'd be able to add options to chat. Like I'd go, oh, you're in this situation. What do you want to do? And then you guys would be able to do that. Is Kevin all right? Kevin is fine. John died. John got shot real hard in the face. So do you want him to be in range to be able to shoot, or do you want him to be back so that way he won't get shot? I think this guy is probably the only guy to be able to shoot. Back and safe. First person to say something said back and safe. So here should be safe. He'll be outside of the 12 inches of shooting with this guy's gun. So he won't be able to be shot. Actually, wait a minute. Hold up. So he advanced. He's over half range and he's getting minus... No, you guys are safe right where you were. Because this guy's getting -3 to hit because this guy has got cover, right? We could sneak him up just enough to be within 12 inches and then you guys could take pot shots with no penalty. I'd be... Yeah, let's put him back. Because he's a sneaky get. So he gets -1 to hit as long as he's, like, benefiting from some cover. So I'll just put him in a place where he's benefiting from some cover, and then it's literally impossible for Bill to hit. Yeah. So I can't see the full model, so then I can't hit him. He's -1 to hit. He's -1 to hit because he's outside of half range, and he's -1 to hit because this guy advanced. So that's 3 minus to hit. So I would roll 3 dice, and I'd have to roll a 7 or better, which I can't do. So there is safe, and then you guys can do things. Midnight, your time zone? Okay. No worries. All right. So then I get to move a guy. Who do I want to move? Jesus. Someone should fucking try and leave, I think. We need to get Sergeant Wilhelm into range, or Private Wilhelm into range to shoot. If I move within range to shoot, you guys will have a +1 to hit, which will suck. How far is 24? This is very far. Alright. I'm going to advance him 4 inches plus his regular movement of 5 inches. So he's going to be or 6 inches, excuse me. So he's moving 10. And I'm just going to get him over here. So that way he's kind of out of the way. And hopefully not in a good place for you guys to be able to shoot him. I don't think very many people will be able to take shots. He advanced. He does not have an assault weapon, so he won't be able to shoot. 4 lictors and Tyranids. 25 points apiece. They're good, dude. I was afraid of lictors when I was playing against when I first started Kill Team. That was like before the Orc Codex. Alright, later, dingus. Alright, so you guys get to choose either Zeusmel or Goon. Who do you want to move now? Do you want to advance them? Or do you want to just regular move? Or do you want to ready? Zeusmel move, advance. Zeusmel? Alright, we're moving Zeusmel. Do you want to advance, ready, or move Goon up with... Alright, so let's just move Goon up. I'm just going to do things as they're said in chat. Do you want to have Zeusmel stay with Goon, or do you want to... Let's advance everyone. Alright, advancing Goon. He moves 6. Just get up in there. He's moving an extra 6 inches to get up in here. Let's just get up in there. Advance Zeusmel up into the building. Advancing Zeusmel. He rolls a 3 on his advance, so he's going to be moving his 8 to here. Maybe that's the better way of doing it. Just asking you guys what you want to do and then trying to do it as best as I can. And then we can get more specific by using the click maps thing if need be. All right. Sergeant Abbott is going to just... he's going to move 5 and advance, I guess. So 2 plus... And I got to remember he's not an orc, so he actually gets to move a decent distance. So we're going to just move him around like that, so that way eventually, maybe we move him like 8 around like this. 5 to here, 3 to here. That looks good. All right. Let's get up in there. And so then he's advanced as well, so he's not shooting. She is going to... Am I still out of range? Jesus Christ, for a sniper, you suck. Okay, no, she's in range to be able to take a shot at Chunka. We'll try and go for it. So she's going to ready up as well. So then because I won the initiative, I get to move one or activate one of my guys first. I'm going to go with trying to shoot Burke first, taking a pot shot at Chunka. It's one shot. Hitting on, well, -1 because you're behind cover, -1 because I'm over half range. I didn't move, so I don't take another -1, so that means I'm hitting on 6s. This is a problem. Okay, I miss. On to y'all to pick someone. The people you've readied are Feet and Soup. Do you guys want to shoot with Feet or Soup? Soup kill. Who does Soup kill? You can shoot Bob. McBride. Oh, I need to do orders as well. I need to figure out how that works. We'll tell Private McBride to move. So he's gonna, because the sergeant's telling him to, he gets to advance now as if it were the move phase. So he's gonna be moving, 2 to here, 2 to here. Well, I guess you guys get to do your thing. I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, that would be at the start of the movement phase. That's why I'm doing it now. All right, so 2 to here, 2 to here, or 4 to here, I guess. And we'll just hide here behind this thing if I can. If the game will let me. Okay, good job. And then that gets rid of his ready because he advanced. All right, so now you guys can shoot with the Luda. I'm going to stop doing orders because they're confusing. Who's that guy that's about to get in combat? That would be Bob here. Bob is right here. Bill is right here. He's about 1 shot away from dying. Technically, Kevin could go for it, but he's probably not going to hit. He's probably not going to do anything. Kill Bob to save Feet. Okay. All right. Let's go for that then. So D3 shots. 1 shot. I'm going to just decide for you that we're re-rolling that. 3 shots. Better. All right. 3 shots, and I don't remember how DACA works. So we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to roll it as is. So on 6s, probably. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Okay, I'm in half range, and he is obscured. 6 is an extra shot, for sure. Oh, do you not get DACA natively with orcs? Really? No. No. Tell me it's not that dumb. No, I'm giving that to you regardless. I'm looking it up now. works. Oh, no. Daka 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 is you get to shoot again. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we do that? So 3 shots. None hit. Rerolling 1 because of Spoon. Spoon gets a Daka, which fails to hit. 1 hit. Strength 7. Wounding on 3s. Wounds. It's AP -1. This guy has a special shield that gives him +2 to his save, so he's saving on a 3 or better. He saves it. It's gonna go ahead and spend you guys a point, see how you can do more Daka, so that way you can shoot again with that guy. 2 shots. Rerolling 1 because of soup. Nothing. You hit. It just his armor protected him. So that failed to go anywhere, unfortunately. Next up, any other readied models? I don't have any more, so you guys just get to shoot with feet. Feet's only, I believe, available. What the fuck are you doing all the way here? Wilhelm, why are you this close? What the fuck? So you can shoot Wilhelm here, or you can shoot Bob. Wilhelm is a lot more likely to be shot and killed by your shot. In that he's weaker. But Bob is a more immediate threat. Bob, you will probably not hurt. Used anti-tank armor on it, or guns on him. The grenade. I think you're outside of range for the grenade by just a bit. We'll say you can do it just because I think I led you guys on that you could. But it's only a 6-inch range on that in the future. Wilhelm, then? With the pistol shot? Wilhelm just one-shot a dude. Yeah, that might be worth killing him. He is actually the guy that ended up killing John in the first place. Guardsmen have to die first. Alright, we'll go with that then. So 1 shot hitting on 6s. No. Or I guess I was saying you guys could do grenade shots, so let's go for that. Okay, 1 hit, 1 Daka. Okay, that misses. Strength 3, wounding on 4s, wounds, saves on a 4-up. Fails it, dies. I shouldn't have been able to give you that much range, but I gave it to you because I misled you guys on what range you had. So you got 2 shots, 1 of which hit, 1 of which failed, and it was enough to kill him. On a 3 or better, he's dead. Or a 4 or better. So then he would survive with a flesh wound. So he's wounded now. Wounded. Which will affect his aim and his ability to do anything for the rest of the game. He's also more likely to die, and he might actually just run away from the battle entirely. Just from being too scared after being shot. No more 12-inch grenades, though. That was my bad. Sergeant Abbott can't shoot. McBride can't shoot. Bob can't shoot. Burke already tried to shoot. I have only Bill to shoot with now. And he will try and take a shot at no one. Because no one is in range. Literally no one is in range. Except for Kevin. But Kevin has -3 to hit. So I won't be able to hit him in the first place. So then it's up for y'all to decide who you want to shoot with. Kevin is the only one who's left to be in range. So I guess Kevin. And the only valid target is Bill. So I will shoot Bill with Kevin because it's the only thing you can shoot against the only model that can be shot. He fails to hit. He gave it a go, though. And I believe that's it for the turn. Tactics. Are you guys enjoying this? Does this work? Or is this just kind of dumb? This is cool. Are you guys enjoying this? It's fun as fuck. It's neat. All right, we'll keep going then. So this goes on to turn 3 now. I have 2 more turns before we have this turn and the turn after for me to have a chance of getting guys off the table. And after this, we start rolling to see if the game continues. So I need to start getting my guys off the fucking table. So I am actually not moving fast enough up the board. So I need to start advancing every turn. So who's going first? You guys get the initiative. So you guys get to pick who you want to do first. What would you like to do first? You got Kevin here. You got Zeusmel. You got Goon. You got Chunka. You got Feet. You got Soup. Who's doing what? Does Chunka got enough movement to attack? He does not have the range to attack. I would honestly wait on doing anything with any of these guys. Because I could fuck up a charge or a movement, and then you guys could countercharge and win that fight. Because if this guy tries to move in, he gets mauled by all 4 of these guys. So I would, if I were you, probably just ready Soup and just wait for me to make a bad decision. The other option is to charge with Feet, but you already tried that or thought about that, and it didn't seem like the Soup is always ready. Soup is always ready. All right. I'm gonna have Bill here just fuck. Fuck. I could go for a charge, but I need to roll doubles in order. You know what? I'm going for it. It's unlikely, but I'm going for it. 11. That might actually put me in range. That does put me in range. Okay. So I'm going to have to put him there, but he has made his charge. So he's going to get priority to attack and combat first over Kevin. Kevin is now in combat. Actually, Kevin can choose to do Overwatch or fall back if you guys would like. If you Overwatch, you basically get to shoot, but only on 6s, or you can back away. Would you guys like to back away? I forgot that's a thing in Kill Team. He's pretty good in combat, but he's not as good as this guy. Back up? All right. So let me see how this works. React. It can be moved up to 3 inches by the controlling player. So just 3 inches backwards then, we'll say. So this guy still makes that move, but Kevin backs away prior to him. Kevin could have shot, but it would have only been on 6s and probably wouldn't have killed Bill. Would you guys prefer to shoot? Your options are either to shoot, only hitting on 6s, wounding on 5s and 6s, and then he has a chance to save on a 5 or 6. So it's a pretty low probability, or you can back off. Shoot? Okay. We're going for a shot then. So you're firing Overwatch. Can we shoot during the combat phase if we back up? You can shoot in the shooting phase because you have a pistol. Shooting is a big risk. You failed to hit. But he's made his charge. It's like 1 in 10 he hits. It's a pretty low chance. But they're engaged now. But you guys can now countercharge if you'd like. You could charge right up to this wall here and try and take some swings through. Or you could even have Chunka go around this way and try and charge in. They're engaged. Good for them. Everyone's like, gay rights. No, they're engaged in hand-to-hand combat. I don't know if you can get within an inch here. So you're going to have to go around, but you could. I don't think that would be that hard. Chunka could be moving like 7 to a 5, so that'd be like a 12-inch charge. Even if he fails it, he gets close. Same with Goon and Zeusmel, I think. It's probably something similar. Yeah, it's actually impossible for Zeusmel to make the charge, but he could get really close this turn. So if your intention is to eventually get into combat with Bill, then charging this turn, even if you're failing it just to get movement off, is worth doing. And then the other option is feet, depending on what you guys want to do with feet. Can't shoot through windows. You don't want to try and shoot at Bill right now because the rules say that basically you care too much about Kevin to try and miss and accidentally hit Kevin. I believe that's a thing in this game as well. Yeah, I believe that's a thing. Yeah, so you could shoot, but theoretically you could shoot, but in this game it doesn't allow you to because you might miss and hit Kevin, and that would hurt him, and then he would die, and that would be sad. So now Bill is locked into combat. So no friendly fire. I don't know. Like, the only army that's allowed to, in 40K, that's allowed to do friendly fire is the Purge, and their slogan is, all life is worthless. So they're just like, just kill everyone, even us, kill me, I'm not worth living. So these guys could probably make a charge. Feet could ready or charge or stay still, or move. I wouldn't recommend even moving these guys. I would just go for the charge. Or if you're going to make a move, just regular move and just try and take pot shots at like McBride or something. Or maybe Private Wilhelm. These are your options. I'm also going to look up how... flesh wound. Okay. No, you can't shoot into combat with anyone. It's literally just one version of Chaos Space Marines that can. You guys are just writing like orc fanfic between Kevin and this Ogren Bill. Kevin kisses Bill. This is not the time for that. And what about it? Now is the time to decide how you're going to wage war. How are you waging war? Who's moving? You say it like it's a bad thing. There aren't rules for making out with the other team. Kiss, kiss. You can't make out with the enemy team. They're bad guys. Do you think love can bloom on the battlefield? Roll for seduction. That's not a mechanic in Warhammer. Move feet into grenade range. Okay. If you move feet into grenade range, Bob might have an easy charge. Ready for the soup? Soup's already ready. Soup is ready. I roll to fuck. Fucking is not a thing in this. You're not even Slaneshi. Get into nade range? Alright. Nade range it is. Alright, so 6 inches from Bob would be here. I'm just going to move him back a little bit, so that way he's just within 6 inches. Okay. You do have that pistol as well. It's fairly useless. You just get more shots with a grenade. So with that, Bob is going to try and do a charge. I don't know what he needs. I'm just going to roll it and see what happens. Oh, fuck. He's making it. 11 inch. So he's going... Four to here. 5 to here. 4 plus 5 is 9. Ooh, he may not make it. His base is so big. 9, 10, 11. Oh, he doesn't make it. So he gets close, but he doesn't make it. You get to choose an action you want to do with feet. Do you want to shoot, or do you want to fall back? Kill? He's not going to be able to get into combat this turn. So it's really just free shooting. Grenade or pistol? Both are available to you. Grenade is less powerful. Honestly, they're about the same. The grenade just gives you more chances to do it. I think grenade's the better option here. Number of shots, 4, because it's D6 number of shots. Hitting on just 6s, though, because it's Overwatch. Nothing. Alright. So then he made his charge, so he's not going to be able to do anything else for this turn. But that's alright. Did I miss High Lord of Terror? You did not miss the High Lord of... Oh, I don't even have that screen region here. Never mind then. He missed a shot, but he'll get to shoot again because that was just Overwatch. So he'll get to shoot again in a minute. You basically get Overwatch for free. Wilhelm is going to go ahead and move up into shooting range, and he's just going to stand here. He's going to try and get a shot off on probably Chunka here in a second. So you guys have... Kevin can't move because he got charged. Chunka, Goon, and Zeusmel are options to move now. Who do you want to move? Chunka will need 8 inches-ish to charge this guy. Give or take. You have to get within an inch, so 9 inches would put you within an inch of him. Or 8 inches would put you within an inch, because he's about 9 inches away. Alternatively, you can rush into Bill. Or you could charge over here towards Bob. Charge? Alright. Charge Bill. Bill is going to be... Oh, Willie. So Wilhelm. So that would be a 9-inch or an 8-inch charge. What's Chunka's natural movement? It's 4, but on the charge, you just roll 2d6, and that's what your movement is. So 4 wouldn't get you very far and probably wouldn't achieve much. But you charge in the movement phase in this game for some reason? That tripped me up something fierce. So we charging towards Will, I guess? So a 7. So we can reroll the 2 if you guys want. Do you guys want to reroll the 2 just to get maybe a couple extra inches? Using a command point? You'd only need to roll a couple more inches. Alright. So we'll gain 1, lose 1, because he's still alive. So rerolling the 2 into a 6. Okay, cool. He's getting in there. Getting stuck in. Like a proper orc does. Show you what a proper orc does. He's got chainsaws for hands. He's gonna fuck things up. All right, so he's done his charge move. For Johnny boy. McBride, he's going to just move. I think I need to counter the offensive that's happening here. Or I could go for an advance. And just get away from all of this shit. I think I'll go for an advance. Let's try and just move. I'm just going to try and get out of here. 2. Ogrin, Bulgrin, do your jobs. Distract them. All right, so he's done an advance, so he's not going to be shooting this turn. I guess this guy could have shot. He'll overcharge because it's more fun. 2 shots, hitting on 6s, nothing. Okay. You guys to pick another guy to move. It's either Zeusmel or Goon. Goon would probably be the person to move just so he's out of the way of Zeusmel. If you're going to progress, that is. Zoo needs to move to the left to back up Kevin. So I remember this being a thing. If you go for a charge, there's really no reason not to here. As long as you roll at least a 5 on 2 dice. Because the fact that you get to move whatever you roll. Abandon Kevin, let him die. What kind of fucking shit is that? Or alternatively, you move just to get a firing line on, you know, someone like McBride or something. So the options are, I guess, let's go ahead and do a click map. Where do you guys want to go? Left? Right? Stay still. I don't think he's tall enough to be able to see over this thing. Well, he can stick his gun up over and shoot at McBride if you want. Though he would probably be getting minus something to hit. He'd be hitting on 6s. Kevin needs backup. All right, we're going to move him. 5 to here. And you might be able to get a pot shot off at this guy rounding the corner like so. No, he's slightly too far at this point. Oh, well. Worth getting in there just to be able to jam yourself in there. Kevin's area is, it's less that he's out of range and just he doesn't have angle on it. And then, let's see, who do I want to move? I'm going to move Sergeant Abbott, and he's going to advance, and he's going to move his 6 plus whatever he rolls for advance. And we're just going to try and sneak around this side. Ooh, he's going for it. He is a speedy boy today. So he is also getting close. Oh, no. And then all you guys have left to move is going to be Soup here. What is Goon going to do? Goon is the only person who hasn't moved. You can do a charge. To get a charge off on McBride, you'd need like a 9. To get it off on this guy, you'd need like a 10. Probably about the same for that guy. Goon can pretty much defend that flank. Soup is always going to be ready. Soup is going to move forward, but no charge to shoot at Sargi. Okay. So just move him so he's got an angle on this guy. Something like this. And then you can take pot shots at Sarge. How it works. All right. Move. You guys are getting it. And then there's not really any good targets for Burke. So she's just going to move up her 6 and try and get an angle on Soup. And have a sniper war with Soup. How do you feel about T5 orcs and T3 grots? I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen because the biker boss is T7, and that was weird. I don't think you'll be able to climb back up over to here in any reasonable time frame with Soup. All right, so you guys won the initiative. No one on my side readied. So it's just going to be Soup readied to shoot. Possible targets right now appear to be Abbott, McBride, Bob, because he didn't make it to combat, and Burke. Who do you guys want to shoot at? Light Bob up. All right. Number of shots, D3. So it's going to be 1. I'm going to make an executive decision to re-roll that for you. Into 2 shots. Hitting on... Wait, he's out in the open, isn't he? And he's really close. Oh, fuck. You guys are hitting on 5s now. Because he's close and he has no cover. Okay, and then we'll re-roll 1 using your ammo run. Fails to hit, but we do get a Dacus because you rolled a 6. 2 hits. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. This guy has a slab shield, so he's got a 2-up save going to a 3-up save. So he saves on a anything but a 1 or a 2. Okay, 1 goes through and deals 2 damage to him, leaving him at 1 health. Do you guys want to spend 1 CP to shoot him again? Or just to shoot again in general? You have... you should have 3 at this point. It was pretty good. 1 more good shot like that and he's dead. Yes. Okay, we're going for it. Number of shots. 1. Unfortunate. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Rerolling with the grot. No. Worth a go, though. So then it's your go. You get to pick someone who is able to shoot. So that is going to be either Zeusmel, Goon, Kevin, or Feet to shoot. Feet takes a shot. Feet will take a shot at Bob. I think he's the only valid target at this point. Yeah, he's the only valid target, so that's what I'm going to assume you're doing. I'm also assuming you're throwing a grenade. 2 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s because he's in half range and no cover. 2 hits, 1 of which is a Daka. Nope. Strength 3 versus Toughness 5, wounding on 5s. Nothing. Feet uses his grenades to shoot and fails to hit. These guys all advance, so they don't get to shoot. Burke is the only person I have that can shoot. He's, or she, excuse me, is going to take a shot at Soup. It is long range. There's cover in the way. I'm going to only be hitting on... I can't even shoot, can I? I'm taking so many minuses to hit. Is anyone within half range of 18? I literally can't hit with her. Is Feet in range? Can I see Feet? I can't see Feet. Yeah, actually, she can't shoot anything. Because of the minus to hit, because there's runes in the way, and it's over half range, and I moved with a heavy weapon. Best sniper ever. Has only shot once and missed. Guardsman snipers are bad. Okay, so she won't shoot anything then. That's dumb. You guys can shoot with either Goon, Zeusmel, or Kevin can attempt to shoot Bill. And if you shoot with Zeusmel, I believe your target is exclusively going to be McBride, and it's going to be pretty... Kevin steps up to Bill. So you have to shoot a pistol because you can only shoot pistols in combat. You can't throw grenades in combat. He hits, though, with a Daka, which fails to do an extra hit. You're going to be wounding on 5s because the gun is not that strong, but it does end up wounding. Bill has to roll a a 5 or a 6 in order to save. He does save the wound. So he does not take damage because his armor or his hide is tough enough to prevent him from getting hurt. I have no other models to shoot, so then it's going to be Goon or Zeusmel shooting here. What about our Knight Sax? We'll get to the combat phase after this one. He's so dumb he forgot what pain was. Goon? Alright, Goon can shoot either Bride or Sergeant. McBride is within half range, so you'd be getting a plus to hit. Sergeant Abbott is outside of half range, so you would get a minus to hit. So you'd either hit on 5s against the guardsman, who's not important, or 6s to hit against Abbott, who is important. Bride, alright. If you shoot with a grenade, you'd be still getting a minus to hit. I think a pistol is a better shot here for you. A grenade, you'd be hitting on 6s, but you'd get more shots. Volume of fire. Nades it is. All right, nades it is. Number of shots. 1. Fails to connect. Zeusmel can now shoot, and he can shoot pretty much exclusively Bride. No one else is in range, so I'm just going to go for that. I believe pistol shot's the only thing available to you guys. Hitting on 6s. Hits with an AK. Fails to wound, or hit with the second shot. Wounding on a 3 or better because your pistol is just massive in comparison to a human body. It's more like a shotgun. It wounds. McBride has a 5-up save, so on a 5 or 6, he doesn't take damage. He feels it. Doesn't kill him on anything but a 3-up. Nope, it does kill him. McBride goes down. Grenades do not have blast radius. Just a random lucky shot through the window happened to get him. Finally, some good news. Alright, so you guys have the initiative, so it'd be your charges first. So you guys would get to fight with Chunka first. So Chunka normally would be hitting on 3s, but he's got a minus to hit because he's got chainsaws for hands, and that's really unwieldy. But he is Goffs, so he does get extra hits on 6s. Sort of like Daka. He also gets an extra attack just because he's got 2 chainsaws for hands. So he's got 4 attacks because of having 2 hands that are chainsaws. Extra hits on 6s, hitting on 4s. 1 hit goes through. Wounding on 2s. It wounds. This guy straight up cannot save because... Okay, so let me explain how this works. I've got a 5-up save. So in order to save, I would need to roll a... that roll. But I subtract whatever my minus is. This saw is meant for opening up tanks, right? So it's -4. So I'd subtract 4 from my roll. So there's absolutely no chance that Private Wilhelm will save this roll. I would have to roll a 9. A 9 or a 10 in order to save. So that's not happening. He's wounded, which means that he gets a worse chance at surviving. Yes. So he gets +1 to his roll. So does he die? No. He's wounded more. Jesus Christ. Private Wilhelm surviving yet again, but severely banged up. He's got 2 wounds on him. How he's living at this point, I do not know. He just wants to be here. So then we move on to my charges. Bill charged. He's got 3 attacks. He's got Avalanche of Muscle as an ability. He gets an extra attack in a round that he charged. So he gets 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Go in the box. Okay, 2 miss. And then strength 5 versus toughness 4. Wounding on 3s because it's more than. 1 wound. Kevin has a 6-up save. So on a 6, he's fine. No. So he would be wounded here. We can either re-roll that, or we can let it slide. Kevin was not fine. If you re-roll, you'll have less command points later to attack with. You guys are probably not going to roll a 6. There's a 16% chance that you're doing that. What is... There's one for... Okay. Let it go. All right. On a 1 or 2, he's fine. Or 1 through 3. He's fine, but he's wounded. So that's going to fuck up his ability to fight, but he is alive. He take a good hit from the side of this guy's gun. But he's alive. Oh, it was AP -1 anyway, so he wouldn't have had a chance to save. All right. Let's see. Next up to fight, it would be, I guess, Kevin. Because he's the first guy that got charged that wasn't. I'm probably doing some of these rules wrong. All right, so Kevin is wounded, so he's getting a minus to hit, so he's hitting on 4s now. But he's a combat expert, an expert fighter, so he gets an extra attack, and then he gets an extra attack because of his weapon. So he has 4 attacks, hitting on 4s because he's wounded, extra attacks on 6s. 2 hits. Strength 4 versus toughness 5. He needs a 5 or better to wound. 1 wound. This guy has a 5-up save, so on a 1 through 4, it will kill him. He saves it. So Bill survives to fight another round, but Kevin did good. He tried. Next up would be Private Wilhelm. On a 6, he can hit with his 1 attack. He's gonna pitifully try and bang a hit off against Chukka there. Nope. He's too... He's basically got his arm connected with, like, a little bit of, like, fabric, and that's it. He did awful. And that is that round. Chunka, body this man. I think... Also, Chunka is a fucking lad. So, like, Wilhelm is just not getting through anymore. There's just not room for him to move through. So, Wilhelm, if he's going to survive this, he's going to have to move through Chunka, which is, as you saw, not going to happen. Simultaneously, I don't think anyone else can engage in combat with Wilhelm. So... let's do the roll to see whose initiative it is. I forgot how much fun this game is. Kill Team's fun. I won the initiative this time, so I'll get to move my guys first. I'm going to keep Bill in combat. I'm going to charge... am I? Yeah, no, we'll charge Bob into combat with feet. I need pretty much anything to get in. But let's see how far I go. A 7 or an 8, I guess. So whoop, we're going to go as far forward as possible and just run past you trying to get through your lines. He's in combat now with feet. So last round before we have to start rolling to see. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose, honestly, guys, because I haven't gotten anyone off the table. Some of these attacks are like, you have no other choice, you have to do this. Feet is now in combat. So you guys get to choose someone you want to move. If you move Kevin or Chunka, they will not be able to fight or shoot this turn. Zoo moves to help Kevin. One option would be to move Kevin out of combat and then charge Zoo in. That could be an option. Alternatively, you could charge Goon around the corner, or you could just charge right now. I don't think you make it at this point. Just get Zoo as close as he can. Yeah, do you want to move back, or do you want to like have Zoo Smell just go for it? Alternatively, he could just move and try and take some pot shots at Sergeant Abbott, assuming he... Can units heal in this game? No. Not unless if you have a healer and no one brought any. This is just some ragtag group of random guys skirmishing in a small part of a battlefield, far away from the real fight. Trade places with Zoom? Okay. So, Kevin's just going to fall back, so he won't be able to do anything else this turn. I don't believe that Bill gets to choose to do anything now, if I remember how these rules work. So he fell back. That's okay. And then I would get to move one. So I'll have Sergeant charge Goon. He's got an 8. That should do. Get into combat with him. Good. On to y'all picking one. Your options are Zoo Smell and Soup Readying, probably. Zoo go. All right. So Zoo needs to roll a... Looks like a 7 or an 8 to get in. I'll remeasure it if it's close. It's a 9. That should do. So 9 to get in. He's going to have a hard time doing this fight as well, but, you know, might as well go for it. And then, see, Burke will attempt to move into range of this guy. God damn. I mean, I could just ready and try and shoot him, but I'm hitting on 6s. God, these guys suck so bad. The sniper is so bad. You know what? She's just going to advance. Fuck it. I'm just getting out of here. Fuck this place. 4, 9. Burke has done nothing. She has failed in her one mission. She's going to get up the field here. I believe that's it. Execute for heresy. She's just bad at her job. I don't think she's a heretic. So she advanced, so she can't shoot. We ready the soup, as always. Where? There it is. All right, ready soup. I'm just gonna leave that there, honestly. This was charged, and then y'all charged. He fell back. He's staying in combat, I assume. And then he charged. So starting with the guys that you readied, the only target you have right now is going to be probably Private Burke. So it's probably not worth it to double shoot this turn. You can see her, but you'll be getting a minus to hit. Yeah, it's going to be 6. Readying the soup is a great meme. I love Ready the Soup. Can we not shoot the guy engaged with feet? You might miss and obliterate him with an anti-tank weapon. So no. The game will not allow you to do that. I think literally the only option at this point is to... I guess I'd click maps up. So I'm just going to do that because it's the only option. But I would recommend not doing Mordaka this time. We've had 4 turns. Go! Number of shots. D3. 2 shots. Because a 3 or 4 would be 2. A 1 or 2 would be 1. And a 5 and 6 is 3. No Daka, just going for the regular shots. Go in the box. Go in the box. All right. Rerolling 1 because of spoon. Nope. No Dakas today. Wait. Does a 5 hit? A 5 would not hit. I don't think it's worth it to reroll that. With all the fucked up shit, I mean, like, on the tabletop, you can't friendly fire. In the stories, they friendly fire all the goddamn time. They go to straight up war with each other. Yeah, I'm outside. You're outside a half of 48, so unfortunately, no. Goon could shoot. I believe he's the only guy who's available. Goon or Feet could shoot. Would you like to shoot with Goon or Feet first? It really doesn't matter because I can't shoot with anyone else. Feet it is. Pistols only, 5 or 6s. Hits with the Daka. 2 hits. Oh, shit. On 5s and 6s, though. Oh, fuck. So he just, like, puts this down this dude's throat and shoots him. He's only going to be actually doing damage on a 1, though. Anything better than a 2, I save it, though. Okay, is it +2 or is it +1? Wait, slab shield. Add 2 to the saving throw made against targets with a slab shield. So 4 would go to a 2. Okay, so good shooting, but it doesn't go anywhere because he blocks it with the shield. And then we can shoot Goon into Sergeant Abbott, and there's no reason not to, so I'll just do it. Hits. Fails to wound. All right. Charges. I had the initiative, so I will pick a charge first. I'm gonna pick Sergeant into Goon. Does he not get minuses for wounds? Does he have any? Oh, he's not wounded yet. He's got damage on him, but wounds are only like when you hit negative HP. So Sergeant Abbott will attack. He's got 3 attacks with his chainsword. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound, saving on a 6 up. Fails to save. On a 1 or 2, you're fine. A 3 actually is fine as well. So Goon is wounded, but fine. Let's see. Next charge model would be, I guess, yours here with Zoosmell. Doesn't really matter the order as long as it's not in the same time. I'm fucking up these rules left, right, and center. Zoosmell attacking into Bill. Zoosmell is similar to what Kevin has, but he's not an expert combatant. So he only has 3 attacks hitting on 5s and 6s. Or 3s, excuse me. All hit. Winning on 5s. 1 wound. That's all you need. But he does save it. Jesus Christ. Bill does not want to go down. Now we've got people who didn't charge. Starting with whoever's turn it isn't. Or whoever's got the initiative, which was me. So Bill will attempt to attack Zoosmell. He did not charge this turn, so he doesn't get Avalanche of Muscle. He has 3 attacks then. Hitting on 3s? Yeah, hitting on 3s with weapon skill 3 up. A 3 or better would work. Wounding on 3s. No. He fails to do anything. Bill fails his combat entirely. You guys can choose to fight with Goon. Oh, we didn't fight with Bob. Bob should probably fight. Avalanche of Muscle. He's got 5 attacks. Oof. This is going to be bad news bears right here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Feet is dead. Rip Feet. He joined John in heaven. He was defeated. Shit. Alright, so he fought, and he fought. So Goon can fight, or Chunka can fight. Technically speaking, Chunka has a better chance of being hurt because the attacks have already happened against Goon. So I would recommend fighting with Chunka, despite the fact that there's actually no chance in hell that I would get wounded here. Does that mean that Soup can shoot now? Soup could shoot at Bob next turn. Eliminate Wilhelm from this earth. So he's got 4 attacks, again, because he's got 2 chainsaws for hands. Hitting on 4s because he's got 2 chainsaws for hands. 2 hits. We've not rolled a single 6 in combat for you guys yet. Wounding on 2s. 1 wounds. He's got a save on... He can't. He's got 2 wounds, so that means that... let's see. I'll do the math once I roll it. Alright, so yes, he definitely fails it. So just straight off his head. Fuck this guy. And then Abbott's already attacked, so then it's really only on to Goon now. Goon will attack with his 3 attacks. He's hitting on Forge now because he's wounded. One Goff hit, so because he's a Goff, he gets extra attacks on 6s. Which he fails to roll a 6, but whatever. And then on 3s, because you're so much bigger than a regular man. Good. All right. Anyway. So, how does this work? I need to figure out how the turn ends. Also, do we have to worry about morale yet? 1, 2 of your guys are wounded, so we actually do need to start worrying about morale if the game continues. The game will continue on... Where is this? Is it like old 8th edition where you'd roll to see if it continued and it sucked? Roll a d6 on a 3-up, it continues. Then on next round, it would be on a 4-up. And then it ends on round 6 regardless. Okay, so do I get to have a chance at winning now? Yes, okay. I still can have a chance at winning, so we'll play another turn, and then we'll see whether or not it ends from there. So we move on to the next round. These guys are going to have to start breaking away from combat if they're going to have any chance at crossing that line. I don't think it's happening. I'm going to have to really make a break for it with some of my guys if I'm going to have any chance. Probably should have set up the, like, spots where we still... Okay, I guess you guys are going first then. You guys have the initiative. What do you guys want to do? There was a whole element to this game that we didn't do where it's... Soup is ready. All right. Soup is ready. The soup. Bob is going to go ahead and advance. Yeah. I'm just going to try and get the hell out of here. Oh, no. That's not good. 2 is not good enough. 2 is just 8. So that's just going to get me to here. I'm totally a line of fire. And also I could be charged by Chunka. That is not good. You guys to pick a guy. Far do I have to go? Oh my god, it's so far. He's my best shot at getting a guy off the board. There's no way I'm winning. Speaking of which, Chunka charges Bob. That's an 8-inch charge-ish. Probably need to roll an 8. Yeah, because it's like 8 and a bit. So to be within an inch, you need to be rolling 8 or better. Okay, so orcs have a special rule called Here We Go, where you get to re-roll failed charges. So a 7. So you don't make it, I don't think, but actually, spicy. Oh, okay, not quite, but you got close. Yeah, Here We Go is the name of their ability. Reroll failed charge rolls for a unit with this ability. Chunka ended up tripping over this pillar thing here and failed to make it. All right, so what do I want to do? I mean, technically my objective is to move to the other side, but there are guys in the way. And okay. What are my odds of hitting? If I stay still and take a shot, you're not within 20. It's not even 24. It's 36 with this guy. Jesus Christ. She's so bad. She is so bad. Oh my God. Yeah, the orcs are British. They're like football lads. Does Soup have line of sight on Bob? Yes. Like straight up and down. I don't think there's even a cover save there. Don't say that. It's true though. Positioning. All right. So if I were to advance for the next several turns, she's not making it. She has no chance at making it to the other side of the board. I think she's just gonna ready. She could maybe shoot down Soup and prevent Soup from being able to kill anyone else. And that would be nice. We'll go with that. That's where we'll go. We forgot to do a nerve test. So each model that is a flesh wound has to roll. Okay, do I have to take one? 2 hour out action. No one else is wounded. That's not half my team, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4? No. Is half your team killed or wounded? Yes. Okay. Goon on a... Okay, he's fine. And then Kevin. Is he scared? I believe he's fine as well, but just barely. Okay. Their most important character is named after Margaret Thatcher. That is, I don't believe, not true. Though they do have similar philosophies about might is right, sort of bullshittery, but I do not believe that that's right. No one's scared enough to run. I think I'm going to call it a good game if I can at least get 1 point. Gaz, Ghoul, Mag, Orc, Thraka. It's supposed to sound something like Margaret Thatcher. I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. I think I'm good just keeping everyone in combat. Do you guys want to move either of your guys out of combat? Like Magoric Thraka sounds like Margaret Thatcher. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe if you're like not paying attention, you can move back Goon or you can move back Zoosmell out of combat if you wanted. That's straight from the studio that made the guy up. I have not been able to find a source on that. I've heard that before. Can Kev ready up? Kevin can do that. Yes, he could, but there's no one in range for him to shoot at. He could maybe move. I mean, I guess Kevin's an option. We could position Kevin somewhere else entirely. Can Kevin join combat? He can. You could attempt to do a charge. I think it'd be pretty easy to pull off this charge and get the jump on Bill. Do you want to try and charge and kill Bill? Move Kevin into range with Bill. All right, we'll go for that then. Here we go. Forgot that you guys had here we go. I'm just going to give you an extra CP for that because I made you roll for it or pay for it earlier. 11. Get in there. Get stuck in with the lads. So he's fucked. Sergeant Abbott, I believe, will attempt to just walk away from this situation and just start moving towards the exit as best as he can. Just walking away from Goon. And that's it for movements. He fell back, so he won't be able to shoot or anything. Can Goon get in range of Bob? God, that is a hell of a charge. You could go for it. Soup is ready. Soup is ready. Soup is ready. I mean, I guess charging Bob would allow you to prevent him from advancing next turn, which would be useful. Leave Bob to Soup and Chunka. It also allows you to get around in front of maybe Abbott and get a go at him later. You could also just stand here and attempt to shoot Abbott. Bob is super tanky. Are we able to charge Sarge? I don't think you could charge someone who fell back from you. Soup does need his shot. Ready up Goon and shoot Abbott. That is an option too. I think if you're going to stay here, you should just ready Goon. So the option is shoot Abbott or charge Bob or charge Bill with a 7-inch charge. Or you go for Bob with a 10-inch, like, long bomb. I vote ready? All right. Readying it is. All right. So you guys won the initiative, so you guys to get to shoot first with one of your readied models. Your readied models are Goon and Soup. Soup has the target availability of Burke, Bob, Abbott, and that is it. I think that's all of my models, really. Kill Bob. All right, killing Bob. Number of shots. 1 shot. Gonna just go with that you want to reroll that. 2 shots. I'm just assume that you want to reroll your number of shots. Can Soup see the sniper? He can. Yes. Would you rather shoot the sniper? It's a much harder shot. She hasn't moved, so you're still hitting on 6s. This you'd be hitting on 5s and 6s. Okay. Rerolling 1 because of the ammo runt. Gets a DACA, which fails. Wounding on 3s because you're stronger. Do you want a command point reroll that, or do you want to just go for another round of shooting? She's got cover. I don't think it's enough to really help her, though. Like, you can see from his fist over there. Okay, reroll it. I just want Bob to die. Okay, that does wound, so on a 3-up, I get to save it because of the slab shield. Okay, I save it. Would you like to shoot him again using Mordaka? I feel like I'm doing the command points wrong. I'm pretty sure I am. Number of shots. 1. No reroll this time. We already did a command point reroll. Fuck. Whatever. We're just rolling with it. Rerolling because the ammo runt hits. 3s, wounds on a 1 or 2. Okay, he's going to take a wound on a 1 through 3. He does not, or he would die on a 1 through 3. So he is wounded with 1 wound left. With orcs, you got to understand that your guns are highly inaccurate, but usually overpowered as fuck. Let's see. Goon is also ready. Very inaccurate. So is it... Let me get this right. Ready first. Take turns with readied models. All right, so Burke is going to attempt to shoot Soup at hitting on 6s. She stayed still so she can reroll 1s. Or is it reroll all because she's Cadian? Might be reroll all because Cadian. Reroll 1s because Marksman, reroll all because Cadian because she didn't move. I think. It still doesn't hit. Burke doing the worst job ever. Goon is up next for being readied. The target availability is going to be either Bob or Abbott. You fear Soup, but you will never dethrone Soup. You have a pretty decent chance at wounding Abbott. You have a pretty awful chance at hurting Bob. Abbott is grenade or pistol. Grenade wounds on 4s, pistol wounds on 3s, but you get more shots with the grenade. Grenade? All right, grenade it is. Number of shots, 5. Hitting on 5s and 6s. 2 Dakas. Wounding on 3 or 4s because they've got the same strength versus toughness. The strength of the grenade is 3. His toughness is 3. So it'd be on 4s because they're the same. 1 wound. He's got a 5-up save. So on a 5 or better, I don't take damage. I do take damage. On a 1 or 2, I die. I'm wounded. That's going to fuck up everything else he does for the rest of the game. These 2 guys can actually shoot now because they have pistols. I believe that's all that's left, so we'll just do that. Kevin has a minus to hit. We'll go with him. They have to be pistols, so he's hitting on 6s. He fails to hit. The other guy's going to shoot. He fails to hit. On to charges. The only charge that happened this turn was Kevin into Bill. Kevin's got 4 attacks, I believe. 4 attacks, but he's wounded, so he's hitting on 4s. 3 misses, but he's got 1 hit because he's a Goth. Okay, which resolves into an extra hit because he's Goth. Wounding on 5s and 6s, nothing. Zeus smell? Or no, it'd be whoever turn it is that didn't charge. But okay, so it'd be Zeus smell is the only other option. So Zeus smell with 3 attacks. 2 hits, 1 Goth attack, which fails to result in another attack. Wounding on 5s and 6s. 2 wounds. Saving on a 5 or a 6. These dice like to roll 5s and 6s exclusively. However, they fail to roll that. Does he die on a 1 or... No, wait. Is he wounded? He's not wounded yet. So does he die on a 1 or a 2? He does die. Bill is down. I think I did that right. No one else is in combat, so that's that. Fuck you, Bill. All right. So, does the game continue on a 4-up now? No, the game is over. So counting how many models that I got off your table side, 0. Counting the number of models that didn't make it from one reason or another, all of them. You guys win 7-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-0. Excuse me. Good game. I think I made this a little too hard for myself. There was just no chance I was getting across. Do you ever get attached to your dudes when you play this? Kill Team is about getting attached to your dudes. You have a fucking story. The guys that I had when I was playing Kill Team, like, they're in my regular orc army now, but it's like the guy who is like my leader guy, he's the head guy for his mob. So there's 30 guys in his unit, but I remember fucking, I remember him, you know? Balzac and, God, who else was there? I named him after all the members of Gwar. And Gorgor was one, because you just had to name one Gorgor. Odorous Arungus was the leader of my troop. Balzac, Odorous Arungus, and Nice Coat Jerry. Because that's why you should play Crusade. Crusade is like that, except for it's 40k, where you name your guys. And so the other thing about this game is if you did a campaign of this, you'd now go, okay, who's wounded? You know, who did things? You know, Chunka killed guys. So he gets benefits for having killed guys. So he levels up some, and as he levels up, he gets new abilities. He's a leader, so what abilities does he get? You get to pick them. That leads on to the next game where you go, okay, well, I've got this ability because last time I got these abilities in Kill Team. Soup was always fucking ready, but he did nothing. Did he really do nothing? He wounded? Yeah, he actually didn't kill anyone. He just wounded the shit out of everything. Well, I got another army that I want to play against y'all. But after how this went, I don't know as if y'all are ready for some golden boys. They might be a little too much. They have like Bulgrin like stat lines. They are a bitch to kill, but there's something very special about them. Let me bring this back real quick, and I'll show you. So the other armies that I've got available that I could use if we decided to do this again. I really, really just want to use these models. Get out of here. These regular golden boys, get out of here. Pillarmen. Fucking awesome models for the custodes. Like, this is what they're supposed to look like, but fuck it, you know? Like, fuck these guys. You know, shields and swords, nah, no. Pillarmen. You got salamanders, which are space marines. We had the guard today. More space marines. Chaos. That might be fun to do. You got orcs. You didn't use some of these guys, like flash gits. I went for Goths just because it involved less rules for you guys to learn. You got your Tyranids, your Necrons, some Corn Demons, Grey Knights, who are like space paladin wizards, and then Dark Angels. Are they good guys? Are they bad guys? They're gay. They're gay. And that's what they are. Because it's based after a poem called Dark Angel. Which is about being gay. Happy Pride Month, everyone. The lore of Dark Angels is that they had they feel really guilty about some of the shit they did in the Horus Heresy, where a lot of them defected. And And so they try and hide that fact, that secret, their dark secret. Whoever was writing the lore for Dark Angels did not realize that the dark secret that's referenced in the poem Dark Angels, he's gay. He's talking about how gay he is. That's what that poem is about. But it wasn't socially acceptable to be gay. So, canonically in my head, I believe that they're all just secretly like gay and they don't want to like talk about it. They're like, "Ah, this is edgy." Oh, Death Guard as well, for if you want to play zombies. But yeah. I love these models. The guardsmen, like Chaos Guardsmen, they're so good. They're basically like what we had today, but they're like, you know, evil. So they don't have like good armor anymore. Anyway, that was Warhammer. I really hope you enjoyed Kill Team. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Let me check and see if there's any art. I feel like it's really easy to get attached to these characters and see how they go. I think it may be a little too clunky for regular streaming, but I think it was fun. Ultra Chibi, thank you for the 8 months of support. I imagine you've been getting asked this a lot, but what would you say is a good starting point for getting into 40K stuff? Tabletop sim. Tabletop sim is like $20. And you can play with every Warhammer model. And considering that you guys play, you know, COVID is going on, you probably don't want to meet up with some dude and play Warhammer against some guy you haven't played before or seen before. Tabletop Sim allows you to jump in the deep end with really competitive players, but it's free. There's links to Discords all over the place, but I think that's really solid. Alternatively, Kill Team is really good for that. Where can I find the rules and what rule books? So you'd want to get the core rule book. And obviously, I would never ever suggest that you guys illegally get these off of websites like Wikipedia. Core rulebook are on the Warhammer community. And then you would want to get your codex, so that way you knew what your stats were, and stratagems you had, and war gear that you could take, and stuff like that. Again, you would need to buy your codex. So for me, it's orcs, so I'd need to buy the orc codex, which I've got behind me. There's another new orc codex coming out for 9th edition very soon, so if you're thinking about doing orcs, I would just wait. Or, you know, if you were some sort of pirate, some sort of criminal, you could go to some place like Wikipedia and get it there. But that would be illegal and therefore immoral, because all illegal things are bad. So I wouldn't suggest that. The Orc Codex, you can get it in the new Beast Snagga box. I'm probably going to wait and see what the stats on the Beast Snaggas are. There's also Mothman. That's a thing. Mothman is a guy who is uploading those books as PDFs on the internet. That's very illegal as well, and I would not recommend that. But yeah. So really, the only way to do it is by buying either the codexes or you need to use the app. They've got an app. There's the Warhammer app. It doesn't work. It costs a bunch of money. It costs a monthly fee to use. It doesn't work, but it does allow you to see codexes that you've bought. So you should probably do that. It's better than doing illegal things. You should probably use the app that doesn't work over Battlescribe, which is free, which you can get on your phone for free. That does the same thing, but it works. But it has questionable legality. Whereas the official Warhammer app is official and not illegal, but it costs money to use and doesn't work. So you should use it. I personally have never... I've tried to use it. It doesn't work. I tried. I was like, oh, cool. Something that's like Battlescribe. I'll use it. It's the official thing, so the stats will always be right, which is a problem with Battlescribe. Sometimes the stats aren't right. And then I couldn't get it to work because I don't live in Arkansas. That was a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing, but the Warhammer app only works if you're an American who lives in Arkansas, because whoever coded it only set Arkansas for America, because Arkansas is the first state alphabetically. So because I live in Texas and I told them the truth that I lived in Texas, I couldn't get it to work. And I can't reset my account now. So anyway, you guys should use the Warhammer app. It's such a good deal. It works for you in Oklahoma. They may have fixed that bug, but as soon as that was a thing, as soon as I realized I couldn't use it because I don't live in Arkansas, I was like, nah. Nah. Can we play Vespid's next match? Yeah. I mean, I think Pillarman might be a bit too much, and I think we'd have to change the objectives up. I don't know how to do stratagems with this. There's also a whole phase that we just skipped. There's the scouting phase, which is like before the game begins. There's like a mini game of like rock, paper, scissors, where you pick one of 6 actions, and depending on if the other team picked a certain action, then you get to do things. So like I probably would have picked I think it's called like scouting ahead. So I would get to move forward before the game starts with all my models, or with some of them. But if you chose like take defensive positions, and you'd get to shoot them, or you could trap certain terrains. That way I'd take mortal wounds. I'd just take damage if I tried to go somewhere. Yeah, it's a cool phase. I didn't know how to do it, and honestly, you guys didn't have any reference point for what any of that meant. So going, hey, pick this thing. You don't know what it means or what it will do, but pick from this selection of things. I think that would make less... I think it would make more sense the next time if we did it again. But anyway, that was Kill Team. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyone who's watching this on After Hours, sorry I fucked up all the rules. Chat played very aggressively for being on the defensive. I played very defensively for being on the aggressive. I couldn't... It may have been impossible for me to win. I'd have to go back and double check like the actual like range to get across the field, but I don't think I had enough movement to be able to get over there. I did like homebrew this mission based on a couple other ones, and it just was maybe impossible. This was good. Well, I'm glad you liked it. We can continue moving forward with this crew if y'all want. We could mix up the crew. We add flash kits or something. A couple models died. They may be fine, actually. I think there's a dice roll in campaign mode to see if they're dead or if they were just mortally wounded. I think, yeah, the hardest thing I think to learn with Warhammer is the wounding thing, and I was doing that for y'all, so it didn't really matter. But there's this whole, like, 1 always fails, 6 always succeeds. You wound on a 5 if your strength is lower than their toughness, 4 if it's even, and 3 if you've got a stronger thing than their toughness. So the Bulgrin were super, like, chunky lads, so it was hard for you to wound them. But anyway, I'm going to go... Pre-8th edition, wounding was a nightmare. Yeah, I don't know what it was like. From what I've heard, it's like there were multiple charts to look at. Now there's just one, which makes things a lot better. But I'm going to go and go. I'll see you guys later.